our channel Home of Programming. Today's session I will be explaining another two CSS properties. In this particular video I will explain about the properties animation and animation delay. So both are same, which is animation is a shorthand property for all the animations properties, right? So let us learn how to use various animations in your HTML program. So create any such HTML programs. So inside HTML tag, use the head tag to add title and any styling options, right? So I'm going to open and close the style tag for now. So after creating HTML elements, we can add the styles, right? So in the body tag, I'm going to define a single h1 element, animations example. So similarly another one div, in that simple animated block, right? So this is about our HTML elements. Now we can add certain CSS formatting as well as CSS animation to both of these elements, right? So for adding CSS properties, as usual, go to the style tag. Inside that we can either use class or element name itself. In this case I am going to use the element name itself, right? So for h1 I am going to define background color as blue, and font color as white, and we can provide some font family like Cambria, right? So we have defined CSS properties for the element h1. Similarly we can define CSS properties for div block, right? So let the width be 100 pixels. Similarly height be 100 pixels. So we can add some background color. So if you want to add any position attribute, you can add it or you can simply leave it. So now we have added useful formatting for h1 element and div element, right? So now I am going to animate this particular h1 tag and div tag, right? So for that I am going to add animation property for div tag, right? So animation, so the value for this property can be the name of the animation. So just like zoom or any name you can provide here. But the thing is, the name you are using here should be used in the keyframes section. So I will explain what is keyframes section, right? So I am giving the animation name as zoom. Timing of the animation is 5 seconds and it should be repeated, right? So that I am giving it as infinite. So animation delay. So how and when the animation should start? So immediately after 1 second of page loading. So similarly we can define animation effect for text property also. So for that I am going to move the text to left and right, so that I am giving it as name in move, right? So similarly we can provide the value as infinite. So and this should also start in 1 second. So we have created animation. Now we have to define that particular animation. For that, defining animations, we can use the annotation keyframes. So add keyframes followed by the name of your animation which you have used inside an element. So here we have used move, and so that I am using move after keyframes. So from So each animation should have from and to properties, right? So inside from and to you can use any kind of CSS properties. So for example, I am writing as for the DAV we are for the H1 element we are writing, right? So margin left be 10 pixels and to value we can set as margin left to be 50 pixels, so that it will keep on moving from left to right. Similarly, we can create and define another set of animation called zoom, which we have provided for DAV element. So in the from and to we can change the width and height property. So let the width be 100 pixel and height be 100 pixel, and we have to change this particular value to some other value. So let the width be 400 pixels and height be 400 pixels. So now save the program and you can run it. So you can see that the text blocks gets moved from left to right, and similarly the DAV block is increasing in width and height. So in this way you can create n number of animations. So similarly you can also define fade in effect, right? So that is, you can use the text to be dimmer and brighter. So for that you can use the animation called fade. So these are all user defined animations. So for fading effect, I am giving the opacity as 0 in initial, that is inside from part. So I am changing the opacity value to be 1. So and we can change the animation here. So now save the program and run. So you can see the fading effect here, right? So for the DAV element we have added fade. So if we add the fade animation for text, you can clearly feel the difference. So both our DAV and text element are fading. So in this way you can use CSS animation. So this is all about this particular video, and in the next series of CSS properties we will see about animations properties. That is, there are n number of animation properties in CSS, like animation fill style, animation delay, animation duration, like that. So we will see another set of 2 CSS properties in our next series. Until then, stay tuned with Home of Programming and subscribe to our channel for getting live updates regarding programming. Thank you.